Hi everyone, welcome to Module 13. This is the last module before the final exam. That's hard to believe, but the assignments are different from our usual course modules and there's a lot to do. So this is a pretty brief video, but I'm just going to walk you through the assignments and expectations so you know what's going on with this module. First off, there's not a lot of reading in this module. You don't have any academic chapters or any cases or anything like that. There's a short article from the New York Times Magazine about how Google did some research about what makes effective teams. There's also a video on how to receive and use feedback effectively. And these two things, the video and the article, are meant to help you reflect on your experiences in the class and consider what you've learned about yourself as a group member. So you'll use these in your personal journal in the module. So please note there's not a quiz in this module, and your journal assignment is due on Wednesday instead of at the end of the week. So pay attention to that and look for the due dates. The rest of the work in this module is about your group project. So you have 4 things to do. First, by Wednesday, turn in your last milestone. This is a pretty short one. It's just a description of the solution that you chose and why. It should be supported by the analysis you did in your previous module, and this is due midweek so that I can get you feedback pretty quickly and also to give you time to do the other parts of your project. Okay, for second and third, these next things, you might want to divide your group into 2 different teams, one to work on each of the final products. So by the end of the module, you have your final portfolio due. This is the second thing you have to do this week as a part of your group project. So this is a compilation of all the milestones you've turned in, revised according to my feedback. So go back and look at all the things that I've written for you across the class as you've been working on these projects. And some other documents that you either find and put in or create in order to demonstrate the quality of your group process. So look at the assignment description. There's a lot of specific things in there that you need to include. And so look closely and make sure you've got everything correctly. So you can use the wiki on your group page to host the portfolio if you'd like. That's a pretty easy tool to use, and there are some resources in the course handbook on how to use it. But if you're not interested in the wiki, which is fine, you could make this as like a Google Doc or a simple web page or even a PDF, but it needs to follow the assignment criteria about having a clickable table of contents and this sort of stuff. You can be creative. It's up to you what kind of format you want to use, how you want to design it, and so on. The other culminating assignment, which is the third sort of group thing you have to do this week, is your final video, right? So this is a 5 to 7 minute video describing the social problem you've been analyzing and your analysis and the solution you're proposing and sort of why. So this video is going to be viewed by me, obviously, but it's also going to be seen by your classmates. One of the things we do during the final exam week is to look at each other's videos and make comments on them. So keep that in mind as you're making your video. That's who your kind of audience is, right? Again, look at the assignment description and let me know what questions you have about the assignment. Okay, so the fourth thing that you have to do that's relevant to your group project is actually done individually. So this last thing is an assignment that asks you as an individual to assess the participation of yourself and your fellow group members. So you're asked to describe your own contributions to the group and also the contributions made by other group members and kind of make an estimate of like the percentage of the work that each person did. So you're not directly assigning points to your fellow group members. I'm assigning the points for participation, and I use what I know about your group as well as the information that is provided to me by group members. So I really encourage you to be honest. This is not something that's seen by other members of your group. It's only seen by me, but it's really helpful for me if you can provide details, right? That makes it more likely that I understand fully what's going on with your group and can be fair in the way that I distribute or kind of assign participation points. So that's it, right? Your personal reflection and then all these things due related to the group project. Next week's the final exam, and I'll send an email to the class with more details about how that will work. I don't want to explain it in this video. So please get to work early. There's a lot to do in this module, and it's important, even though we're getting near the home stretch, that you really stay in touch with your group and make sure you can get these last things accomplished, because there's a lot here. Let me know how things are going and what questions you have. As always, I'm happy to talk to you about the course.